Before going into my main remarks, let me just say a word about the momentous events in East Germany. I was moved, as you all were, by the pictures of Berliners from east and west standing atop the wall with chisels and hammers, celebrating the opening of the most vivid symbol of the Iron Curtain. And then today, just on the plane coming down, I read a report where 18 new border crossings would be made in the wall in the near future. And to be honest with you, I doubted that this would happen in the very first year of this administration. 28 years after the desperate days of 1961, when tanks faced off at Checkpoint Charlie, and that terrible barrier was built. Now, the East German government has responded to the wishes of its people. And while no one really accurately predicted the speed of the changes underway in Eastern Europe, and certainly I didn't, but last May, right here in Texas, over at Texas A&M, I noted hopeful, indeed remarkable, signs of a Soviet break with the cycles of the past. And I called upon the Soviet Union to support self-determination for the nations of Eastern and Central Europe and to tear down the Iron Curtain. And now we're seeing it happen. And when I visited Poland and Hungary in July, I sensed that historically important events there held the seeds for even more dramatic change. And this played a big part in the decision last July, made really at the G7 meeting in Paris. And on the way back, I proposed a face-to-face meeting with President Gorbachev before the next spring summit. And the Malta meeting, given recent events, takes on, I think, even more importance than when I conceived the idea 3.5 months ago. The changes in recent months make clear that the process of reform initiated by the Eastern Europeans and supported by Mr. Gorbachev and by America and by our allies is real, offers us all much hope, and deserves our continued encouragement. We're living in fascinating times, and we will seize every opportunity to contribute to lasting peace and to extend democracy. And in doing so, I will conduct the foreign policy of this great country with the prudence that these fascinating times of change demand, and with the imagination. The 1980s has been the decade of American renewal, and I believe that around the world, the 1990s will inevitably be the decade of democracy.